I'm at the Baltimore Museum of Industry, and the reason why I'm here is we're going to take a look at an exhibit about Sparrows Point. And one of the reasons why we're going to look at that is because at Sparrows Point was a company called Bethlehem Steel. And if you didn't know, it was one of the largest employers here in the state of Maryland. And I'm being joined by Joe Giordano, who was the photographer who took pictures literally of its demise and the people who were left. So let's talk about why.
Oh, thanks, Charles. Well, I started, I was at the newspaper in Dundalk covering the steel beat. And I noticed right around the time the Bush tariff started is when I think it really started to go into more of a decline with the dumping steel and the foreign steel coming in. And then everyone lost their benefits when the steel mill was purchased by Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross and his company, International Steel Group. So I really wanted to get the portraits of the retirees that were affected by the cuts to their benefits. So the portraits came first, and then I visited the site maybe 10, 15 times over the past 14 years, and watched the mill go piece by piece. So I started doing a lot of landscapes and just kind of documented as how they were taking the mill down. I focused more on the retirees because I felt that, as you can see in some of the photographs, they worked there for 50 years, half a century, and had their benefits just completely cut or almost dissolved. Mm-hmm. And that was those were the people that I really thought were really left behind, that have no chance. I mean, when you're 80 years old, what are you going to do?
One of the more interesting pictures is kind of small, mm-hmm. but it is the star that's on top of the steel mill that only kind of like was lit during the holiday season. Yes. Talk about that.
Yeah, so the picture you're referring to, the landscape, the vertical, that was the Star of Bethlehem. It was made at the mill and put up. It's big. I'm not sure what the exact dimensions are, but it's pretty big. And now I think it's on a water tower over there. I think the new owners of the land, Trade Point, they're doing a lot to try to be good stewards of the land over there with the traditions. That was the last time that it was lit. That was right before they tore it down. That was the last holiday, and it's really that picture is a real, like,
it's haunting.
Thank you. It's an industrial holiday. It's a very, like, dystopian. It just had a very Mad Max kind of apocalyptic vibe. Nothing in these pictures is enhanced. So that was the smoke and the soot, and that was like a late December afternoon, almost evening, when I took that picture, and the clouds everything is as it was right when I was shooting. So.
Well, Joe, I hope other people will come down and enjoy this.
Me too.
We all should tell people that the site has now been renamed Trade Point.
Yes.
And we'll get a chance to take a look at that, but hopefully you'll get a chance to see everything here. And thank you for joining us here on
thanks very
Around
much
Now.
for having me.
Now let's go back to you in the studio.